Hello friends, and we continue to study noun clauses, and here we're going to study noun clauses that begin with that. And sometimes a noun clause can be introduced by the word. That, as you see in here, is the word, and after this, the whole thing, this part is the noun clause, and also the object of the sentence, subject, verb. Because I think that means, what is that? That Mr. Jones is a good teacher. Yani Bay Jones'un iyi bir öğretmen olduğunu düşünüyorum. Subject, verb. And that introduces the noun clause in here. I hope that you can come to dinner. Again, here, subject, verb, and this part is the noun clause and also the object of the sentence. Mary realizes that she should study harder. Same thing. But here we use think, hope, realize. I dreamed that I was on the top of a mountain when telling our dreams, when we tell, or while we tell our dreams. I think that Mr. Jones is a good teacher, or I think Mr. Jones is a good teacher. But sometimes, most in spoken English, that is not used. Just in spoken English, yani konuşma dilinde, I think Mr. Jones is a good teacher. But in written English, better to use that. And here we see the verbs used in this case, like think, hope, realize, dream. Now the common verbs followed by that clause. Here you see assume that, believe that, dream that, discover that, feel that, hear that, know that, hope that, learn that, notice that, predict that, prove that, read that, say that, suppose that, think that. But mostly in news, you will see he said that and then the rest of the sentence. Yani bunu özellikle şunu haber dilinde çok göreceğiz. Bunlar da diğer fiiller that ile başlayan noun clause'larda kullanılan fiillerden bir kısmı. Now, we have some other verbs also that are used in noun clauses. Agree that, conclude that, decide that, demonstrate that, doubt that, fear that, figure out that, find out that, forget that, guess that, imagine that, indicate, observe, presume, pretend, realize, recall, recognize, regret, remember, reveal, show, suspect, teach, understand. Now, these are the common verbs that are followed by that clauses in written English or spoken English. But if you want, you can pause the video and write them down, and then using a dictionary find out their meanings also. Now here we have an exercise. That clause, it says add the word that in the appropriate place to mark the beginning of a noun clause. Yani isim cümlecinin başlangıcını belirtmek için that gerekli yere koymamız gerekiyor. Number one is done. I think that most people have kind hearts. But if you pay attention, if I take just this part, so I can use this part as a sentence. Most people have kind hearts. That's true. But if I want to use this in noun clause, so I use like this, I think that, or I believe that, or I assume that, and then the rest of the sentence. Now pause the video and then add the word at where necessary. Number two, last night I dreamed that I was at my aunt's house. This is the noun clause. And subject, verb. and this is the object of the sentence. You know that. I believe that we need to protect endangered species of animals. Endangered, the animals who are in danger, yani tehlikeli, tehlikede olan. I know that Matt walks to school every day. I assume that, again, assume is almost the same thing, I mean, think, that he doesn't have a bicycle. Bisikletin olmadığını düşünüyorum, sanıyorum. Did you notice Jiming wasn't in class yesterday? I hope that is okay. İyi olduğunu umuyorum. I trust Linda. That means believe, güven duyma. I believe what she said. I believe that she told the truth. Pay attention. In here, I believe, but in here, I use that. In here, I couldn't. Why? Because if I take this part, what she said, this is not a complete sentence by itself. So I need another verbs or words, I mean, to complete the sentence. Yani what she said, dediği diyorum, kalıyorum. Bunu tamamlamam için başka kelimelere ihtiyacım var. So I believe what she said. Yani dediğine inanırım. Burada ise farklı. Sadece şu kısmı alsanız bu zaten kendi başına bir cümle oluyor. She told the truth. Doğruyu söyledi. O yüzden I believe that she told the truth. Şimdi farkı bu işte. Bu araya that atıyorum believe'den sonra ama buraya atamıyorum. In yesterday's newspaper, I read that half of the people in the world have never used a telephone of any kind in their entire lives. Maybe that was true, I mean, 10, 20 years ago, but today maybe not the half, maybe quarter. Belki de bugün %25, %30 diyebiliriz artık. Eskisi gibi değil. The population of New York City is extraordinarily diverse. Diverse means of different kinds, yani çok farklı anlamında. Did you know that 40% of the people who live in New York are foreign born? New York'ta yaşayanların %40'ı yabancı ülkeden, yani yabancı doğumlu. Many people believe that these immigrants, yani bu göçmenler, are revitalizing this city. Yani hayat veriyor, canlandırıyor. Do you think that a monster really exists in Loch Ness in Scotland? Monster, a huge creature, like dinosaur, yani bu canavar gibi bir şey. So, do you think that? Zaten şu kısmı aldığım zaman cümle oluyor. O yüzden after think, I can use that. But as I said before, in spoken English, we don't need to use that. If you say just, do you think a monster really exists in Loch Ness in Scotland? This is also true. I don't know. Look at this story in the newspaper. It says that some investigators say that they can prove the Loch Ness monster exists. Evet. Bu da enteresan bir şey. Bu İskoçya'da bir gölde öyle bir canavarın olduğunu söylüyorlar ama bir türlü de bulamıyorlar. Bu kadar teknolojiye rağmen. Bana biraz da bu abartı gibi geliyor. İnsanların sadece dikkatini çekmek için. Neyse. You shouldn't always believe what you read in the newspaper. Evet, burada zaten noktayı koymuş. Now, here in this exercise, it says complete the sentences with your own words. Omit the word that if you wish. The word that if you wish. Burada cümleler kuracağız. İsterseniz de yani that'i kullanmayabilirsiniz. Now pause the video and then make sentences. Now I've made some of them and I believe that people will travel faster than planes. Tabii benim görüşüm bu. Şu an uçaklardan daha hızlı olacak. Do you realize that many people are lack of food? birçok insanın gıdadan yoksun olduğunu. I've heard that some people were killed in the accident. Kazada işte bazı insanların öldüğünü duydum. Last night I dreamed that I was walking with a creature with two heads and six legs. Dün gece rüyamda iki başlı, altı kollu bir yaratıkla yürüyordum. Do you know that crows can live up to 300 years old? Kargaların 300 yıla kadar yaşayabildiğini. Bunlar bana göre ama but please pause the video and then do all the exercises in here. Now some other uses of that. I'm sure that the bus stops here, but here we see, I'm sure, be sure that, be careful. I'm glad that you're feeling better today. Yani bugün kendini iyi hissettiğine sevindim. I'm sorry that I missed class yesterday. I was disappointed that the peace conference failed. So this part and this part and this part are all noun clauses. It is true that the world is round. It is a fact that the world is round. Now, some other, the expressions be plus words plus that. Be amazed that, be angry that, be ashamed that, be astounded that, be delighted that, be fortunate that, be furious that, be horrified that, be impressed that, be lucky that, be positive that, be proud that, be sad that, be shocked that, be terrified that, and be thrilled that. Now, we can also use these expressions with noun clauses. Now, in this exercise, again, add the word that wherever possible. Number one is done. Welcome. We're glad. Remember, be glad that. We're glad that you could come. Gelebildiğine sevindik. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Burada olmaktan memnunum. Now pause the video and then add where necessary. Number two, thank you so much for your gift. I'm so pleased that you like it. Noun clause. And as I said before, if you just take this part and if it sounds like a sentence, the whole sentence, so just before, you can use that. I wonder why Tom was promoted to general manager instead of Anne. Remember, this is passive. So do I. I'm surprised that Anne didn't get the job. I think that she's more qualified. Are you afraid that another nuclear disaster, like the one at Chernobyl, might occur? Yani Çernobil'deki gibi bir diğer nükleer facianın olabileceğinden korkuyor musun? Yes, I'm convinced, inanıyorum yani ikna edildim anlamında. That it can happen again. Occur, happen, take place, same meaning. Are you aware that you have to pass the English test to get into the university? This part is the noun clause. Yes, but I'm not worried about it. I'm certain that I will do well on it. I'm disappointed that my son quit his job. Hayal kırıklığına uğramak. I realize that young people must follow their own paths, but I'm worried that my son's path isn't going to lead him to a rewarding career. Gençler kendi yolunu çiziyor ama Benim oğlanın çizdiği yol diyor. Doğru bir yol değil. Don't forget that he's grown up now and responsible for himself. I think that he'll be fine. Herhalde hanımı da gaza getiriyor. You shouldn't worry about him. He knows what he's doing. It is a fact that some ancient Egyptian cats wore earrings. İlginç. İlk defa duyuyorum. Kedilerin küpe taktığını. Are you aware that, farkında mısın anlamında, dinosaurs lived on Earth for 125 million years. Is it true that human beings have lived on Earth for only 4 million years? Is it a fact that blue whales are the largest creatures on Earth? Question. And that. B. Fact that. Yes, in fact, I believe that they are the largest creatures that have ever lived on Earth. Okay. Now, here we see dialogues, and it says, read each dialogue, then use the expression in parentheses. You see the expression in parentheses to explain what people are talking about. And this is an example. Alicia is talking. I really like my English teacher. Great, that's wonderful. Is it important to have a good English teacher? Alicia thinks that her English teacher is very good. Bonnie is delighted that Alicia likes her English teacher. Bonnie thinks that it is important to have good English teacher. And using these expressions, we see the noun clauses in here. Now, we have these dialogues, and pause the video and then just make sentences what other people think about using noun clauses. Now, I'll do this one. Mrs. Day, how do you feel, honey? You might have the flu. Bobby, I think her kid, I'm okay, Mom. Honest, I don't have the flu. So we can say Mrs. Day is worried that Bobby might have the flu. Bobby is sure that he doesn't have the flu. I think you understand. But I'll tell them orally. Bunları sözlü olarak söylemeye çalışacağım. Sanırım anlıyorsunuz. Ben bir bunu yapacağım. 1/5'i gerisi size kalıyor. 5. Fred is afraid that Susan won't be back. Or Fred is upset that her closet is empty and she won't be back. Susan's. Erica is sure that Susan will be back. Erica is sure that Susan will be back. Here again, we have some completed sentences. It says complete the sentences and use any appropriate verb form in that clause. There is an example in here, but we can omit that, leave out, kullanmayabiliriz that'i. I'm glad that the weather is nice today, or I'm glad that Sam is going to finish school. Now pause the video and then try to make noun clauses using these expressions. Now I'll make some of them, but I'll just tell orally again. Sözlü olarak söyleyeceğim. I am pleased that John passed his exam. I'm sure that tomorrow will be sunny. I'm very happy that Robert helped me with my homework. Are you afraid that you might have flu? I am disappointed that John failed his exam. Is it true that the energy prices are going up? Enerji fiyatları. Evet, ben bir kısmını yaptım. Gerisini siz yapmaya bakın lütfen. Now, using so for a dead clause. Yani the dead clause yerine so'yu nasıl kullanıyoruz? Is Anna from Peru? Question. I think so. That means I think that Anna is from Peru. But instead of that Anna is from Peru, I just say simply or in short, I think so. Sanırım öyle. Şimdi burada direkt şunu söylemedim. Direkt bunu söyledim. Buraya bir so getirerek. But I cannot say, şuna dikkat edin yalnız. I think so that Anna is from Peru. This is incorrect. Yani cümleyi tamamlayacaksam burada so'yu bir daha kullanamam. Kısa cevap da kullanıyorum. Does Judy live in Dallas? I believe so. Öyle inanıyorum. Or that means I believe that Judy lives in Dallas. Did you pass the test? I hope so. That means I hope that I passed the test. Is Jack married? Remember, think, positive and negative. I don't think so. Or I don't believe so. Did you fail the test? I hope not. But be careful. For negative uses, for think and believe, I say I don't think or I don't believe. But for hope, I cannot say I don't hope. Instead, I hope not. This is how I make hope negative. Şimdi negative fiilini bu şekilde olumsuz yapıyoruz. Think, believe ya da guess gibi değil bu. Sadece bu buna özgü bir şey. Sanmıyorum yani ümit etmiyorum derken I hope not. Yani I don't hope kullanamıyoruz. Do you want to come with us? Oh, I don't know. I guess so. That means I guess I want to come with you. Anlamı bu. Now, here in this exercise, we're going to use noun clause instead of so. Number one, is Karen going to be home tonight? I think so. That means I think that Karen is going to be home tonight. Now first pause the video and then do the exercise. And again I'll tell them orally. Ben yine sözlü olarak bunları söyleyeceğim. Are you going to have a test in grammar tomorrow? I don't believe so. I don't believe that we are going to have a test in grammar tomorrow. Will Margot be at the conference in March? I hope so. I hope that Margot will be at the conference in March. Can cats swim? I believe so. I believe that cats can swim. Do gorillas have tails? I don't think so. I don't think that gorillas have tails. Will Janet be at Omar's wedding? I suppose so. Think so. Guess so. I suppose that Janet will be at Omar's wedding. Will your flight be cancelled because of the bad weather in Copenhagen? I hope not. I don't hope that my flight will be cancelled because of the bad weather in Copenhagen. Now, everyday English. Felix and Carol are talking. Look at Kathy. She only seems to be interested in talking to important people here. Remember, interested in then gerund. Yani sadece önemli kişilerle konuşma ilgisi var gibi gözüküyor. I know, but she wasn't always like that. She needs to be friendly with everybody. That's true. Why the change? That means why did she change a lot? Yani bu değişiklik niye? It's because she's been elected. She has been elected chair of the association. Be careful, this is passive. Association yani kurumun başkanı. This is the chair or chairman. Başkan olarak seçildiğinden dolayı. She thinks she is the cat's whiskers. Whisker is the mustache of a cat. Yani kedinin bıyıklarına whisker diyorlar. But if you say that someone is the cat's whiskers, that means that person is very, very important, extraordinary, çok önemli anlamında. She thinks she is the cat's whiskers. Şimdi böyle yapsa kedinin bıyıklarına dokunduğu zaman sevmez, dokundurmak istemez. That's not the best way to behave if you need everybody's cooperation or help. That's not way. I mean, true. This is true. Yani başkalarının yardımını istiyorsanız iyi bir davranış şekli değil. Too true. Çok doğru. She'll find out soon enough. Kısa bir sürede bunu görür diyor. Okay. And friends, and now I finished the course in here, but not the subject. So see you next time.